Nothing's concealed.
The only thing is that he told us that every time he tried to find the source to see if he could get rid of it or at least mitigate it with the ghost wards, he ends up getting lost because the land would shift and change, almost as if it knows that he's getting close to it. So we're going to try to see if we can find the source, at least for the Harrows, and if we can find the source, then maybe that might give us a clue on the nature of the curse. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and just let the rest of this play through, and I will see you when we get closer to the end.
Look to me.
Did you feel that?
It's close.
The Gibbs' land was barren. They were struggling for money.
Look up. The ooze, oozed through the very stone.
I feel an echo ringing, like a hum. And of all of them, just this one house fell down.
Maybe it was personal.
Was the Gibbs' house targeted by the ooze?
Obviously. Look around you.
Mr. and Mrs. Gibbs, have you read my paper?
I read it, aye. And then I washed my hands and prayed for grace. You claim to prove that there is no curse. Well,
A witch would say that, wouldn't she?
Wherever people gather to live, disease takes hold, and I believe... What are you doing?
your evil lies shall be destroyed. We know who you are, and you shall be judged. Witch!
That was Deborah. She built a case for her rationality, and they tore it apart.
Look out!
Back down to hell!
Mrs. Gibbs, I presume. Wasn't I always?
won't you?
Another shadow.
What do they want? Bread. Something is keeping me from manifesting.
In here? Ah, shite.
Thank you. I can't worry. Sorry, not this time.
Hogging home. Don't let that spectre get to the corpse.
You're done.
Better.
You're welcome.
Now let's inspect the body. Off you go then.
Expected no less from you. Get back up!
Stand and fight!
Get lost, won't you? How much more I can take?
stay dead.
Clemency Gibbs blamed the epidemic on a witch. Come from New Eatontown with the governor.
That's not what Deborah was saying.
Well, the Gibbs were not at home to rational explanations.
The greedy shall fall, and their certitudes be smoked when the final judgment comes.
That's unfit for us to cross. I think a way to pass could be near.
See anything?
Either the water table is full of ooze, or there's another source.
Let's search upstream. There's a hand.
Have some of this!
Over there.
Elusive little buggers.
Easy as pie.
Nah, but you can't cook.
Don't step in that. I mean it.
I'll find a way around then.
You're in its sights, Red.
bastard! Piss off!
Wards. I'm going to need a hand here.
And you will not be judged. Forgive, and you will be.
Those echoes we're hearing were the shadows speaking.
They always appear near the ooze.
So were the whispers.
But which came first? A ward restrains me. The whispers say the same things over and over.
What kind of entity would be so obsessed?
I don't know. I'm drawing a blank.
To deliver you from the way of evil, your captives are unleashed upon you.
They brought more friends. Try this on for size.
Yes, in your power, son, in your pride, you thought your yourself into the flame. Guilty.
This looks perfectly drinkable.
Famous last words.
Why hasn't the poison spread to the groundwater?
Perhaps it shifts and shapes, like the void. Well, at the very least, it shifts. Looks like the ooze comes from a distinct source. This whole country is rotten to the core.
And you're just now reaching this conclusion?
If I wanted your opinion, I'd give it to you.
Perhaps if you gave me the space to have one, then we'd both be better off. Whoever it was, looks like the ooze got him. This must be Antipas Gibbs. Hell of a fall to live through. What do you think, Antea?
You wanted the space to have your own opinion. I'm giving it to you.
He must be quite the man to have walked over here. Now join in any time, Antea.
What do you think I'm doing?
This is God's land. How could we let a witch come to our community? Instructing our children, no less.
'Tis no surprise. New Eden brims over with backsliders. The governor, chief amongst them.
Aye, many had to sicken and die for him to act. But the deed is not yet done.
We must fight the Lord's good fight and cast the devil out for good. Many want to try the witch, aye, and many want to see her dead.
Did we miss a few?
They brought more friends.
Let's get back up.
Not gonna make this easy for me then. Highland kiss for you. They're like those oriental shapeshifters we fought in Bremen.
Obake liquefy. This is something else. The ooze reacted to our presence. The Gibbs were so angry. Pure entitled bigotry.
Maybe they were affected by the ooze. I mean, we've been snapping at each other since we got here. Something's toying with us.
I think they made the ooze. I don't think the ooze made them.
Wasn't he finished looking around? This is it. This is the source. How do we get to it?
You have turned your back from love. Look away when most needed. Guilty.
A safe harbor, should we need a moment's peace. Something tells me this is the condemned well. Do you think you could get that bucket down?
Whatever you have sown, you shall reap. Alone, forlorn, misunderstood, so you shall remain.
A strong memory clings to this place. I sense the vivid echo of a ghost's memory.
The devil still breathes through her mouth. We are cursed, and you are stolen.
Clemency, Antipas, please. The woman has been jailed. As per custom, she will face trial and justice will be brought to this community.
Coming from a magic user himself. But can you or your demonologist discernment really be trusted?
How dare you insinuate such blasphemy? I'm a man of faith.
Then do what God commands of you. Governor, we ask for safety. If we do not get it, there will be consequences.
The governor used Urim and Thummim, and that made his flock suspicious.
Divination stones. He must have thrown them down the well when he sealed it. But why now?
Hiding the evidence perhaps of his role in the witch trial. They connected him to the demonology he used to reinforce his authority.
That echo proves that things were getting out of hand. For his son's safety and his own, Haskell must have feared the suspicious mob.
All deserted you, none supported you.
This can't be good.
Who are you?
Confess! Let them speak!
If we speak, so you listen?
Impudence! Provocation! Read the charges!
Red rule in the grave. You have blood on your hands and weakness in your heart. Guilty!
Sworn to vanquish evil! You conspired with witches!
Sworn to banish all ghosts. Instead, you embrace one.
The charges. Cowardice, oath-breaking, deception. The verdict. Guilty. The sentence. Pain hereafter.
I only seek the truth.
Truth is a poison, most believing. Poison will end.
Bloody hell. Is that me? That cheap trick. What the hell just came out of that shadow?
It's working. Keep at it. I never wanted this. I hate the very thing I've become. This just won't do.
And Taya died to help New Eden. And still we fight this curse.
What more do you want from us? No, I don't think we will.
Now you sound like my old parish priest.
The Shadow's got its strength back.
Don't let the ooze get back to its shadow. Her name is Deborah. Bloody shadow.
We have passed judgment. The guilty are known. Now justice is ours.
Enough. Can we please get out of here? That was awful. This trial. It was as if Deborah wanted us to face what she had faced. But all I feel is beaten.
I feel powerless. And we're always one move behind. Justice miscarried here.
Of course. That's it. I know what that was. Such specter of injustice has a name. The mythical infamy. I've only read about them. They're so rare, most think them a myth.
Haskell's cowardice is to blame. To save his own arse, he condemned a woman he knew to be innocent.
And so a terrible ghost was born, and sickness piled on sickness. Haskell has so much to answer for.
All of the pieces seem to be falling into place. So we know the nature of the specter. The specter is infamy, and the person who is behind that specter is Deborah, a woman who was falsely accused of being a witch, more than likely as part of the Salem witch trial. Of course, this isn't Salem, this is New Eden, but tomato, tomato, it's basically Salem. It seems to me now that we have more information about the curse, that all of the major places that we have gone to, like the Hunter's Camp, Fort Jericho, the Harrows, are all connected to Deborah in some way. For example, in the Hunter's Camp, Kate and Deborah were in a relationship, and the beast that was stalking the woods was essentially a manifestation of Kate's guilt at probably not stepping in or helping Deborah after she was accused of being a witch. And then in Fort Jericho, aside from the mine, Pendleton was responsible for jailing Kate. And presumably he was responsible for any interrogation or torture that she went through in order to get her to confess to witchcraft. And now we know that Fairfax is responsible for signing the paperwork that would condemn Deborah to her death due to Clemency and Antipas's accusations that she was consorting with the devil.
I maim the corrupted heart. You aim at its roots. Quick and precise. Well done.
So it sounded like in that echo that we found, that Deborah was trying to explain that the reason why people were getting sick is because the conditions in which they were living, as well as the amount of people that were living there. So because they were such a large group of people, they were getting sick more often than if it was just, spread out. And we've seen it before in things like the bubonic plague, smallpox, cholera, more than recently, the pandemic in 2020, that large groups of people gathered together will get sick a lot quicker than if you were in smaller groups by yourself. If I remember correctly, the study of bacteria and germs and viruses was not a thing until closer to the 1800s. Most doctors around this time did not believe in washing their hands, so they would go from one very sick patient and then treat a healthy patient and transfer that bacteria from the illness to that healthy patient who then spread it to other people because they worked in a factory and or they worked in a home with a lot of people. Not to say that all doctors didn't wash their hands, but the amount of ones that did were a lot smaller than the ones that didn't.
That down there, I was tense. I was impatient.
The infamy's doing, not yours.
No. Doesn't change the feelings. I never thought I could feel such anger again.
They were Deborah's feelings, not yours.
We're getting close to the end of the video, so I want to go ahead and say my goodbyes now. So thank you so much for joining us. I believe that we are in the end game, or at least we will be in the end game soon. We basically just need to speak with Fairfax Haskell, and then afterwards that should open up the last mission or missions that we have to do in order to get into New Eden and essentially confront Deborah and banish her, maybe, or send her. I don't know. But either way, we should be getting close to the end of the game. And then afterwards, of course, that's going to be Alone in the Dark and Resident Evil. So, with that being said, I hope that you guys have a good rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.